All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chime in on it. I am going to chime in on it. Now listen to me, folks. You've got to understand that we have been so duped and so deceived by the propaganda that is put out by our own country that even we ourselves as Americans believe the lie. Why do you think that it's important for them to control every single news media outlet? Why do you think it is? I mean, they got you thinking that Fox and CNN and ABC and CBS are all independent news sources, and they don't all and they all are independent in nature. No, they're not. They're all the same, every single one of them, and it's important. Do you remember George Orwell, 1984? If you don't, enough said. I'm gonna leave it at that because it don't even, it does not even mean anything to even try to go in to try and explain it. But anyway, it's important for a country who wants to control the minds of their citizenry is to control the information that they're receiving. You control the information that they're receiving, you begin to shape their minds and their mindset. And that's the reason why it's called propaganda. Now, let's look outside the box for a second, all right? I can look outside the box because I'm an old paratrooper, all right? I'm going to at least try. Now, listen to me. North Korea is in a quest, and they're fighting to remain independent from the West and U.S. dominance and control of the world. I know that many of you don't want to hear this, but it is a painful truth. The United States of America is a global empire, and they are descendants of the Greeks. Did y'all hear what I said? Now, y'all listening to me. And the empire is collapsing. It's starting to unfold at every end. That's what's happening. That's what's going on. Now, since it's busting at the seams, what do you think is happening worldwide? Well, now all these other countries who has been under the control of the empire, they're tasting freedom. And they're realizing that the United States of America cannot fight anymore all these different wars on all these different fronts. It would be something if we didn't present ourselves as benevolent and righteous, as a righteous nation. Because we jacked many countries. I mean, do you people understand the injustices that we have done just in literal war? The Geneva Convention clearly tells us that there are rules to war and there are rules to engagement. And we don't follow any of them, none whatsoever at all. I mean, we annihilated a retreating Iraqi force in the first Gulf War. We have used nuclear bombs against Iraq with depleted uranium. There's all kinds of videos out here of us mowing down innocent civilians in Afghanistan, Iraq, and calling it collateral damage. We support a nation called Israel that has done nothing but committed genocide on an independent, sovereign people for no reason whatsoever at all, simply because they exist. And since they control the information that we receive, they can put anything out in front of you and you will believe it. And that's the way that, as Americans, you are accustomed to doing. The hypocrisy is amazing. I mean, it is off the chain. It is on an unprecedented scale. And so why do you think that it's important? Well, they need the public sentiment. You know why? Because they need your sons and they need your daughters to become bullets, shields, and human shields for the empire. If they can get you to support the Roman Empire, the American Empire, and you can proud to be an American, they know that your sons and daughters will sign on a dotted line and will go help keep the bankers, the international bankers, afloat. That's what they know. And so there's not a just war since the so-called quote-unquote Civil War that has been fought by America. I know it's a painful truth, and some of you going to call me unpatriotic. I don't understand it. When you look at people like Jesse Ventura, you look at the man over at Oath Keepers like Stuart Rhodes. You look at people like myself. You look at people like Pastor Joe Fox. Now, let's look at this resume just for a second. You look at Jesse Ventura, he was a Navy SEAL. You look at Stuart Rhodes, he was a paratrooper, I believe in the United States 82nd Airborne Division. You look at myself, I was a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne Division, as well as Op 4 or the Joint Readiness Training Center, or JRTC. And you're looking at Pastor Joe Fox, which is a retired Special Forces major. So whether you like it or not, you're not dealing with a pack of dummies and idiots here. One of them was a politician. Are you following me? Now imagine that. The other one is a lawyer, a constitutional lawyer, and then two of us are pastors. And even being pastors, we're not blinded to what's going on here in this world. Now, most people, we understand, are going to keep their heads stuck in the sand. I mean, there's another man out there, something and the man. He's a veteran himself. So you have veterans all out here, all over the place, trying to tell you people exactly what's going on. Every single one of us have had our feet in the sand and our feet on other foreign soil and other dust of the earth. And so when we speak to you, we're speaking to you from a position of know-how and authority. We're speaking to you from a worldwide view and a worldwide perspective, not blinded by the mainstream news media. It's probably one reason why I don't have a TV signal in the house. Because if I have one in the house, it will mind numb me, it will corrupt me, and it would actually sway the way that I think. So I don't have a TV signal in my home. Pastor Dowd has not had a TV signal in his home for over 20 years. I know you find that hard to believe. So I pick and choose what I put before my eyes, because I know it's going into my mind. And most of us don't exercise enough soberness to where we try to guard our ears, guard our eyes, and our consciousness to make sure that we are receiving the proper information, because it is not in the best interest of those who control the information and the amount of information that we receive. It's not in their best interest to tell you the truth. After all, they don't take it as telling you the truth or a lie. Everything to them is strategy. Did y'all hear what I said? Anytime you hear the news media or the courts use a word like truth, that's only to awake your conscience. That's it. See, you and I have been shaped and framed to tell the truth. The system, especially as the police, just go and, if you can find an honest police officer and ask him to tell you the truth when they do a routine traffic stop, ask him to disclose to you why they ask all these questions. It's not because they want to tell you the truth. It's because they are upselling. These are salesmen. They are looking to extract more revenue for the government. And since you are a cash cow, you just happen to be the victim. Ain't you proud to be an American? Ain't you proud? And the police even has a policy that if they can lie to you to extract information, then it's okay, because you know the reason why? It's all about strategy. It's not about getting to the truth. They could care less about the truth. It's about who can come up with the best strategy and who are the best liars and who can present information to the people to sway their mind, because the majority of Americans are mind numb. So I don't think North Korea is wrong at all at actually exerting their authority to want to become and stay independent of the West, the United States of America, and their global domination. As a matter of fact, I foresee in the future that North and South Korea are going to unite. There's going to be no more DMZ. They're going to unite, and they're going to become one people, and they're going to become a nation to be reckoned with. But the hypocrisy of America is just literally appalling to me. It's just literally off the chain. And hey, what more can I say? You deserve the truth, and that's the truth straightway.